Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching me from. I am Osobase Eyime, a graduate of Delta State University, Abraka, a BSc holder in chemistry, the coordinator of tutorial with Mr. Abraham. Now, I have taken statistics of most jambites. The reason why there's a mass failure in physics is not because they glance through all the topics in physics, but the truth is that jamb has a secret when it comes to physics question. Now, there's what we call repeated topics in jamb. Jamb often repeats some particular topics when it comes to jamb exam. Follow me as I unveil the repeated questions that comes out often in jamb. All right, these are the repeated topics that comes out in jamb often. So, if you are a jambite preparing for jamb, I will advise you to focus more on these topics. The first one is waves. In this particular topic, you can have the sound wave, especially echo, when you have your formula as V equals to frequency and your wavelength, known as the lambda. Then the second one is current electricity. Students must know about your capacitor. The capacitor, arranged in both in series and in parallel. And don't forget, the energy stored in the capacitor is very, very important, and equivalent capacitance. Please, this must be noted. Now we have motion, which is very, very vital. When we talk about motion, we're talking about the first law of motion, the second law, and the third law. Remember, the first law says that a body will continue in its state of rest unless acted upon by an external force. That means that all body must continue in a state of rest except a force is being applied, either externally. So this must be noted. While the second law states that the rate of change of force of momentum is proportional to the rate of change in time. When you have your F equals to ma, of course you know that your A can be changed in velocity, which is A equals to V minus U all over T. Then we now have what? F equals to M V minus U all over T. This is the second law of motion. Please, that must be noted. Then we have the third law of motion that says that to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. What does that law state? It states that it means whatever force you apply to a body, it gives you the same amount of force you apply. For example, if I'm pushing a wall, the same force you applied on the wall, that is the same force that wall is giving you back. That is the Newton's third law of motion. Now we come to work, energy, and power. This is very important. Very, very important. Please, this must be noted. You have your work, you have your energy, and you have your power. Then we have your heat and your temperature. Please, these are the important topics that must be considered, that must be dealt with, that must be dealt with before any other topics. Please, thank you and have a nice day.